Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of 2 college athletes. He has a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
Welcome to episode 447 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. This episode is longer than the normal 15 minutes because of all the great information you will get from the president of Baseball Bluebook, Eric Wubbena. I covered the Baseball Bluebook App back in episode 345. I'll not delay. Let's get into the 30-minute interview with Baseball Bluebook's president, Eric Wubbena. Well, Eric, welcome to the Athletic Scholarship Podcast.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Well, we're going to get to know you a little bit, so tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, great. My name is Eric Wubbena. I'm the president of the Baseball Bluebook. It's a comprehensive directory that's been around since 1909, and it's always been kind of the go-to directory for the scouting departments for Major League Baseball, collegiate programs, and it really was what I've heard be called the Baseball Bible. It really has the full directory of all the programs in the country. And we've now converted it to a mobile app that you can download on your phone, and we've expanded it. So I love looking forward to getting into kind of what we've done and how it's going to help players across the country.
I think I came across it looking through apps. You told a little bit about the history. How can baseballers get the Baseball Bluebook?
Well, it is available on Google Play for Android devices and also Apple, the App Store for the iPhones.
And you said you're the president of Baseball Bluebook. You also are a podcaster. Tell us a little bit about what all you do there within Baseball Bluebook.
I do a little bit of everything. So I am the president. I also host a podcast called Are You in the Book? It is a podcast that focuses on interviewing college coaches across the country from the JUCO level all the way up to Division I. So done over 250 interviews of coaches, and it's a really great podcast. Encourage all your listeners to check it out. Really gets kind of behind the scenes to these college programs, what the coaches are looking for in players, how they run their program, how they find players. And so it's a great way of really getting to know these coaches, outside of the field.
I think I kind of got into my recruiting education business because I had ideas, and there's a lot of myths about recruiting and what people see online now, what people saw on TV. You always think about the 5-star recruits and how they get recruited and do official visits and stuff. With your interviews, with your podcast, you get to hear straight from what the coach, from the coach's mouth, and really get down to the brass tacks of what coaches at different levels look for, and even within levels, coaches look for different things.
Absolutely, and you brought up something about kind of understanding the higher level recruiting process, because that's the exciting part, right? Where is the 5-tool player, the high draft pick, who decided not to go to the major leagues? Where is he going? How is he getting recruited? With all the NIL changes, these kids are making a lot of money. We focus a lot on the other 95% of the schools and programs and kids. You're a good player through high school. You're not a highly recruited player. You don't have scouts looking at you, but you'd like to continue your career at the collegiate level. I think we've got a really great program, and platform for that. We don't focus on that 2 to 3% at the high level, although we have tools and a platform that fits really well with that. And we'll get into that a little bit. JUCO programs has now become a really prevalent area and more of a kind of a bucket where D1 programs are looking at players, and so we certainly can provide some support for those players as well.
Well, and I'm telling my people that I talk to, the Recruit Me student athletes and their families, I said, really, the recruiting doesn't stop after high school and getting into college, because If you go to a junior college, you can go someplace after a year or two. Shoot, Sutton just had 3 of his NAIA players. They started for Division I teams the first day of college baseball this year. So recruiting actually can go all the way through your whole college career now.
Isn't that the truth? It's almost all programs outside of the Power Four, and even some Power Four conference schools. They're all kind of the JUCO mindset, right? I've talked to coaches at every level that's their mindset now. They bring the kids in, and their goal is to help them find kind of that top level program. It's just changing, and I think that programs like yours and the information that you find on the Blue Book. I think the goal is to be educated. Parents and players, things change very, very quickly in this landscape, and making sure that you're finding good advice and good information just to stay ahead of the game and understand what's happening is really the key to success.
Well, let's walk through the app here a little bit and kind of tell some of the features that might help a family and their student athlete find their right fit college.
That's great. I appreciate the opportunity to do this, and we're excited. We just released our latest version. Just came out this week, and so we'll start with kind of the basic of what the app is and what players and parents can utilize it for, and then we'll get into some of the new features. Really, what the Baseball Blue Book is, and ever since the beginning in 1909, it's been a directory. It's a directory for collegiate professional independent leagues, but we wanted to expand it. We expanded it so that now it is a directory for everything baseball. And I've heard people call it the hub, a baseball hub for amateur baseball. And what that means is you can download the app. Again, you can find it on the Apple Store or on Google Play. When you build a profile, you're either building a non-player profile, which includes everyone from a parent to a trainer, coach, could be just a fan and also a parent of a player, or you choose a player profile. And those are uniquely different because of what you can build your profile or what you can add to your profile. So a non-player is really one that allows the ability to search and navigate the entire profile or the entire Blue Book app. You can post, you can highlight videos, you can search, you can communicate. We've got DMs. But the player profile allows them to add player stats, metrics, showcase stats. We also have the ability to put preferred schools, links to the schools. And so there's a lot of really neat things that the players can do. And what we're building is the ability for a player to build a profile that they can share. And that's really the key. Right now, you talk to so many coaches and they find a player that they're interested in, and the question is, send me some of the information. Send me your information, right? Your academics, your some metrics, some highlight videos. Coaches love videos. They love the academic side. They love the metrics. They kind of put this whole thing together. There's not just one way of finding a player. There's a lot of different information out there. And so what the Blue Book provides is a single place that you can put everything. And the cool thing is we take advantage of it all. If you have a perfect game profile, if you've got a field level profile, if you've got an NCSA profile, it doesn't matter. You can put those links right in the Baseball Blue Book. We really position our app as the LinkedIn for baseball. And LinkedIn is a great platform for the business world. And we thought the players in baseball should have the same thing. So that's really what it is. It's a directory. You can search players, you can search coaches. We've got all the college programs. The really cool thing that we just added and kind of segue into the new features is you can search your programs that you're interested in. So, I always tell people you may want to go to the University of Missouri, and be a Mizzou Tiger, but you might not be good enough, but you still want to play. And there's a lot of schools right here in the area in Missouri, and this is included with all states. So you might want to do a search for Missouri programs and find that there's a lot of other programs, Division II, Division III NAIA programs, JUCO programs. And now you can dig into it with our program profiles. You can look at the contacts there. We have videos for college campus tours. We've got the academic requirements to get in. We have the cost, tuitions. We have acceptance rates. And then we just added a new feature called roster metrics. And so maybe you want to dig into a little bit into what the roster of the baseball program looks like. Are they bringing in freshman players, or do they focus highly on the transfer portal? What's the graduation rate of the team? These are all important metrics that parents and players should be interested in understanding about the program. It's not just about the logo on the uniform. It's really about the academic perspective of the school. And so that's really what the app is. The new features, we've added the roster metrics. We've also added a groups feature, allows team management and even just private groups from, if you're a trainer that you're looking to reach players or provide content, you can create a private group and invite people to join, and then you can post video content directly in the app. If you are a team, a youth team, could be a showcase organization that would like to have a place where they can provide more information about the program. You can build a group. So the groups are for everybody. Think of it as a Facebook group, but you don't have to get the annoying notifications from, your family about their vacations. It's all baseball related. So you get a direct notification in the Baseball Bluebook about what things are going on in the app and in the group that you're part of. We also added something called a press box. And so we all know that we've got a lot of different press out there on baseball. It could be from Sports Nation, ESPN, Major League Baseball. Could be your favorite college program. They all have blogs, and they have newsletters, and they have articles that they release throughout the week. You can actually follow your favorite feed and get notifications right in the app. And so, I follow, my favorite team is the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I follow their minor league teams and their major league teams, and every article that comes, I don't have to go search for it. I don't have to go subscribe anywhere. I can just follow the feed in the Baseball Bluebook, and I get the notifications when a new article comes out, and I keep updated. So a lot of really cool things that we've got that we're adding. We continue to add to the app. We want to make it, we want to provide engagement, allow people to be in the app more than just looking for a college program, and a great place for you to build your profile and kind of just stay up to date on what's going on in the world of baseball.
Well, and it marries very, very well with the Recruit Me system. We have the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship, and the very first one is select the right schools to contact. And so I find that the college teams part of yours, where basically you list all the college teams in alphabetical order. Mm-hmm. You can search specifically for a college team, or like you said, you can hit state and find all the different colleges and different levels in that particular state. But then you can also narrow it down to different levels or conferences. Really, I think it's a real easy way to try to find different colleges that maybe you haven't heard of, especially as you enter your recruitment in your freshman, sophomore year. And then that way, when you build your profile that you guys provide and that we provide, which is your resume, then you're ready to send to those colleges that kind of fit your parameters, and you've got some education on those teams. So I really appreciate the colleges, the college settings that you have.
We really wanted to focus on making it easy, right? And you just brought up a great example, and I tried to talk about that a little bit earlier. You may have a really great school when you're young that you want to go to, and all of a sudden, maybe that's not an option anymore. That doesn't mean that there's not a lot of other options. And one of the things that we talk to a lot of the college coaches, again, on the RU in the Book podcast, they're out there hustling, right? Kids may not be knocking down their door. They're really doing the recruiting. I think the difference between the high end schools and maybe all the mid-tier schools is the high end schools, they've got to kind of eliminate a lot of pro players, because it's not that they don't have a lot of interest. It's finding the right fit. The other side, they're out there doing the recruiting, finding these players and really promoting their program. So you need to be aware that there's a lot of schools out there that are really, really good. And I believe that, Brent, you do the same thing. You got to find that right fit. And the right fit is a lot of different factors. It's not just, again, it's not just the logo on the uniform. It's your academics. It's, one of the things that we added in the app that's very important is there's a link that says what field to study at the school. You may be somebody that wants to go into engineering and you want to go to a certain school and the school doesn't have engineering. That's an issue. So you got to do your research. You got to find it. And we tried to create a platform that you can find everything. Google has everything right now, but that doesn't mean it's easy. And so we're trying to make it easy. We're trying to make it with filters and sorting and searching and different things in the app to make your journey a lot easier when it comes to finding the next playing opportunity.
I talk a lot of baseball because both of my boys played or are playing college baseball. Of course, this is Baseball Bluebook here. That college teams part is very handy for anybody looking to be recruited at any school because it's just a good way to find a list of schools, get to their athletic webpage, and then you can research soccer or volleyball or track and field or whatever. So I think it's a great resource for recruiting in general, not just baseball.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that we're going to be doing. Obviously, the name and our legacy of the Baseball Blue Book is something that's very important. But that doesn't mean that we're not focused on other sports. We're going to be rolling out softball very soon. And then right behind that is basketball, football, soccer, the other sports. It's all really the same thing. One of the things I think we are focused on is making it specific. Because it is specific. When you get into some of these recruiting platforms and different things, it's all about the recruiting and the cost. Ours is free. Doesn't cost you anything to do it as a player. And so when you get in, you know that you're not going to get a call from people trying to upsell or sell recruiting services. That's not what we do. We are just a resource, a platform that people can leverage. And I think the most important part is building that shareable link that you can now share it to a coach. Here's all my stuff, right? Click on this link and it's got everything that you need to know in one place.
Eric, if I remember right, is there a place on the app that a baseball player can go to help find summer league type of teams?
Yeah, one of the things that you can put in there is that you're open to playing summer ball. That's one of the things that you can do on your profile. This allows other people to find you. Maybe there's coaches that are looking for people that, building a summer program, wherever it might be. So we have that. But then we also have a directory with summer leagues, independent leagues, different things in there. So we are continuing to build out. As anybody that is aware of the world of baseball, amateur specifically, things constantly change. And so we are constantly trying to stay updated, stay current. We may not have everything at the time that you're looking, but keep coming back and we're continuing to update and making sure that, we've got the information that you need. One of the things that we found, because we're in this business, is if you think that you're going to go to a college program and find accurate information, it may be a 50-50, right? When you are in the world of baseball at the college level, coaching changes all of the time. It's almost 30% of coaches are changing every year. So you may go to the website, look at the coaching staff, and that coach is no longer there, but they haven't updated their website. So we're trying to stay ahead of that curve, making sure that we're ahead of kind of the changes and making sure that we're in the know and passing that information on to you guys.
And you mentioned one of your new features is the press box, and I was kind of going through there, and you talked about professional and minor league and stuff, but there's also here's an NCAA Division III baseball, Division II, Division I. I don't see NAIA ball on here, but maybe we can get that on there sometime. But that's a great way to be able to listen and get news from every level of play there as you educate yourself too as a student athlete.
Well, and you know what? This is just a request for your listeners. If anybody has either a podcast that you do that's focused on baseball, and I don't care what level, if you have a articles, a blog, maybe a Substack that talks about baseball, we want to put it in the book, right? We're doing the best that we can to go find what we think is relevant out there. If you look at that press box, we've got Mexican League press box profile. So if you're interested in the Mexican League, we have ones from different countries. We have different levels. So we're just kind of wanting to be that single source of where you can find your information. And if you have a program we will put it in the book, and it won't cost you anything. And that speaks to the podcast directory. I literally just added one. I'm searching all the time, finding great resources out there, and I literally just added a new podcast last night, and it's a great college podcast just talking about college baseball. And so we've got a lot of great resources, and we want to keep you guys updated on what's going on out there.
I just hit the podcast, and the NAI Ball podcast is on the podcast
there you go.
button there. So there you go. Now, the best one is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship podcast. Everybody should go to that one, shouldn't they?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing that we can do and what we try to make it easy is when you build a profile, go and search those things and you can follow them. And what that does is it will give you updates on what's going on. And the new feature that we're going to add this next month, and I think you'll love this, Brent, is we are going to be able to pull your episodes directly into our app. Right now, it's just simply a list of podcasts. But the next feature is going to be the actual episodes are going to come into our app. So catch all your best podcasts, especially the Recruit Me Now podcast. You'll be able to listen to the podcast directly from the Baseball Blue Book.
As I go through there, is there a way to find showcases and camps?
Absolutely. We've got, actually, it's happening right now. If there's an events directory in the menu and you click on that, what we're doing is we are pulling events from many, many sources across the country. There's everything from NCSA events, there's play-in sports events, there's different showcase events. We are, again, a way for promotion of your event. You can put links to whatever registration software that you have. Perfect example is play-in sports. We pull in all the play-in sports events. There's hundreds of them across the country. And when you hit register, it literally will just link you back to the play-in sports registration. So what we're doing is trying to promote everything out there, and again, be a single place that you could go and find what you're looking for. And those events can be college camp events. It could be a showcase event. It could be a tournament. We work with the National Amateur Baseball Federation, the NABF. They've got World Series tournaments that go on. They put those events in there. And so we try to be a place that you can find whatever you're looking for.
Make it easy. If you're looking for anything baseball, give Baseball Blue Book a try, right?
Absolutely. And it doesn't cost you anything. So build a profile and build out that profile, make it, you're promoting yourself, right? It's a way of, and I think you said it earlier, it's your resume. And so you're building this great resume from early on. Again, one of the things is we really focus on getting kids in young. That's when the resume starts. And it just may be milestones. It may be buying your first glove. It may be things that you want to, kind of put in a single place that you can go back and you can look at. It may be metrics. You may go to your first showcase at 13 years old and you just want to record kind of what you're getting and seeing the, your progression throughout the years. So it's a really good place to kind of keep what's going on in the world of baseball for your own personal kind of what you've accomplished yourself.
If players, parents, coaches, anybody has questions or they want to get their organization onto the Baseball Blue Book, how do they get a hold of you and what's the best way to do that?
We are everywhere. We are active on social platforms. If you want to shoot me a message, we're on Baseball Blue Book on X, on Instagram, Facebook. We're also on LinkedIn. We have a YouTube channel, multiple YouTube channels. But I think the best thing is build a profile and then communicate with us directly. You will be automatically connected to the Baseball Blue Book profile, constantly communicating with people directly in the app and answering questions and helping you guys do what you need to do. Also adding your programs. If you have an organization or a training facility, if you're a vendor that you're trying to promote, that's one thing that we didn't talk about is we have a vendor directory, and we even list out the promotions and deals that we have exclusively with the Baseball Blue Book with a lot of vendors out there. So great place to go in, like I said, early on. If you're looking for a new bat, a glove, batting gloves, whatever it might be, you got to check out the Baseball Blue Book. We've got all the information out there, and we'll help you with your journey in the baseball world.
Tell us again how a person gets on your free Baseball Blue Book.
Yeah, the Baseball Blue Book is that's the name, Baseball Blue Book. You can type that in Google Play or on Apple, the App Store, and it's simple. Just download it, and when you download it, you can log in. You create your account again as a non-player or a player. As a parent, you can do it as well. One of the features we have is if you're a parent of a player that's under 13 or somebody that does not have an app or a phone themselves, you can build a player profile for them. Or if you're a parent of a player that is older and they have their own profile, you can build just a parent profile and utilize the all of the features that we have in the app.
And tell us again what your podcast is, Eric.
Podcast is Are You in the Book podcast. And we can be found on Spotify, on Apple, as well as on YouTube.
And I didn't tell you this before, but give us a couple of recruiting pieces of advice or tips that maybe you have or that you've gotten from your 200 plus interviews with college coaches that you can pass on to Recruit Me families.
Do your research. I think that's the biggest thing. I think coaches are inundated with emails and phone calls and text messages and all of these things. And they've got their list of players. Create your profile, have a single place, and utilize the shareable link. Coaches love that. They love to be able to take a look at what they've got. They don't have to go search for different things. You leverage your social media. We encourage leveraging your social media, but the problem with social media is once you're posting things, it's gone. Right? A coach might see something that they like, and then they forget to like it. They forget to follow you. All of a sudden, it's gone. And so, I think the Baseball Blue Book allows a single place that you can really build out everything. Leveraging social media platforms, leveraging video content, and whatever you have. So, I think that's your best advice. Do your research. Leverage what's out there. Be excited. Don't be discouraged if your preferred schools are not interested. That doesn't mean that there's not a whole lot of other schools that would love to have you part of their program.
Well, and you've been a great asset to Recruit Me, and what you have fits Recruit Me, and I try to have a link in everything that I do in email or on my website and in my podcast show notes. That gets the student athlete back to you for the Baseball Blue Book. And again, it's not just baseball. It gives you a great resource for any sport to find any college. And I just suggest for anybody to go out there and take a look at Baseball Blue Book and use it to your advantage. Because what was the price on Baseball Blue Book, Eric?
It's zero. It's free.
So
there's no reason not to have a profile, right?
That's right. That's right. So use that tool, and we'll have you back on. You're going to continue to add to the Baseball Blue Book, I assume, and we'll try to have you on again here sometime to talk more about Baseball Blue Book.
That's great, Brent. We appreciate the partnership we have with you. Brent is one of our ambassadors, really spreading the word, and that's what we're excited about. We're working with a lot of great people that just want to help families and help players find their next playing opportunity, wherever that might be. I think the most important thing is finding your right fit. Finding the right fit doesn't mean finding somebody that's got a Rolodex of people that they call. There's a lot of great programs out there, and you need to be aware of them. And do your research.
Well, Eric, thank you for your time on this snowy day, snowy February.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited. We need to get the snow out of the way so we can ramp up and in the baseball season. We're excited about it, and it's going to be a great year.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you to Eric, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. Please like and share the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, and also click the Baseball Blue Book link in the show notes. Catch the Athletic Scholarship Podcast next episode next Tuesday. I'll see you next week.